As you can see, it's a glorious day. It's a little warm outside, so I'm not going to go outside. And I apologize for being late, but there's a new show on TV called When Ghosts Attack. So, I watch almost just about every paranormal show I can, you know. So I keep my game sharp and focused and on point mostly all the time. Anyway, I was having a conversation with an elder the other day, and she's of a different ethnicity than I am. Not race. There's only one race, the human race. Nationality, ethnicity is different than race, okay? So she was saying what she learned and what she instilled her children to do. And I was saying, but they're different than you. Why would you instill them? It's hard to look in the camera and not directly at myself. So in case you're wondering why I keep going back and forth, I'm used to looking at myself. And I was telling her, I said, but you can't tell your son who to marry just because, you're whatever nationality and you learned that. He fell in love with whoever he fell in love with. To a certain extent, we can help. People say you can't help who you fall in love with. Yes, you can. Because think of it this way, in the 1800s, probably before then too, but we'll just use that. People fell in love because you had a farm and I had a daughter and you had boys and I had girls, and you just had to learn to fall in love with each other, And nowadays it's, oh, he's got a big dick, or he's got money, or she has pretty boobs and, a nice figure, and she dresses nice, she's got pretty teeth, or whatever. So I was telling this person, I said, I understand, your mom, and I'm not telling anybody under 18 not to do what your mother says to do. But when you live on your own and you pay your own bills and car note and insurances and stuff, you do what you feel is right for yourself, because your parents are going to die. I'm going to die. And you're going to be left with your own decisions. So I told her, I said, instead of not liking the person that your son married, could you not have just, go along with it and be quiet? And I know we can't change yesterday, okay? But we can change from today forward. So I was telling her, instead of shooting on your son, you raised him to be a good man. So trust that he's going to be a good man and do what he thinks is the right thing for himself to do. And that's what it really all boils down to. Again, this is, if you live with your parents, still kids, this is not for you, okay? This is for people who don't live at home with their mom and dad, and their mom and dad still pays all the rent and bills and food and car notes and stuff. So I, as a spiritual being, have to take into consideration that I'm not here to do what you think I should do. I'm not. And that's why, I have grown to be rather aggressive at times, because, and I have to tell you, your opinion doesn't matter, until you pay my rent, or, until you're a really close sister friend or brother friend, or something like that, because we humans have this tendency of saying, oh, well, you're 18, you should be out on your own, you should do this and you should do that, and you should go to school. I hated school. I didn't finish school, especially when they wanted me to dissect that damn cat. I'm not cutting nothing open that was living. I'm just not. So yeah, no, I never got an AA, because that one, whatever that class is where you cut stuff open, I didn't finish that class. So instead of thinking. Now, mind you, it's a little different if it's a boss, obviously, because we have to work. We have to pay bills. Well, you don't have to. You could move back at home with your parents. But you know what I'm saying. Uh, when you're outside of work, and for most of you outside of church, but I think most people that watch my channels are rather metaphysical, so that doesn't necessarily flow with most metaphysical spiritual people. Whatever the pastor, minister, blah blah blah, whatever title person says to do, it's void of those two situations. So when your neighbor, gets a Countach Lamborghini or whatever, and says, "Oh, you should go to such and such and such and such a place," and then we feel as humans obligated to keep up with the Joneses, and so you go to such and such and such and such a place, and you say, "Oh, I want one just like Tasha has. She has a yellow 1962 Countach Lamborghini, and they fit the seats for her big ass and everything." So no, I'm not shitting on you. And if you full-grown adult, you could consider others shooting on you as well. That's why in my videos I always say, I'm not here to shoot on you, and you're not here to shoot on me. I'm not going to shoot on anybody. You have to live your life and do the best you can for your life. Not mama, not daddy, not auntie, uncle, grandma. They're all going to die. Go to the other side and say, "Okay, I see why you did that now, Tosh. Okay, you were really saving your money for this, but we insisted that you go to school to be a doctor." And again, if mom and dad paying the bills, I'm not saying drop out of college. I'm saying after you get that degree, then you could probably go back for the one you really want. Because there's so many nationalities that say when you grow up, you're going to be a lawyer because that's what's going to make the family proud. And I understand that if it were 1800s. It's not 1800s. And whatever my kid does, I'm going to be proud if they're the best janitor in the world. If they're the best race car driver, mountain climber, dirt bike rider, whatever. I mean, really, are you going to love your children less? Because we do that right now to so many of our parents. You find out later after you get grown that, mom and the mailman really did have a baby, but he stayed or she stayed with, the mailman's parents instead of your family, and now you're devastated. Well, why? Technically, that's none of your business, really, but yet we lie about it and we hide it because we're ashamed of it. See? And I'm hoping that as humanity grows, we become less and less ashamed of anything because we're all spirits having a human experience. You're no greater than I am. I'm no greater than you are. We're no greater than the aliens, and aliens are no greater than us, or the cherubs, or the fairies, or the saints, and the Orisha, and da-da-da. Don't write to me about that. They're here to help us, and we're here to help them. That's my point. So I'm saying let's just consider not being in any box. I had to tell my mom, school really just is not my thing. I mean, I barely passed with D's because I just didn't get it. First of all, I was dyslexic, and I just had to memorize my whole way through high school and college, except the fun classes. I always got A's in those. Anything artsy craftsy, anything to do with making stuff with my hands, of course I aced those. Got a C in psychology and all them other ologies, because to me that shit was fascinating. Trying to figure out how other people's brains work was fascinating to me. Anyway, so I'm asking you right now, today, to pay attention to only yourself and say, you know what? I am going to get that better job. It's what I want to do. It's what I love doing, and I'm going to do it, no matter what anybody says. Now, again, if you live at home with your parents, this is not for you, because I don't want you to tell your parents. Tasha said, I'm not going against any parents unless you're already an adult, okay? So, and even now, for my mom, you kidding? My mother would kick my butt if she knew I'm doing this video, because she would consider that airing your dirty laundry, and that's not good. That's not polite. Don't borrow money. Well, I was hungry. Well, you should have had money yourself. Hi, sister. thank you. You know, she would consider that inappropriate behavior for a young lady. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's much better now, huh? Small, but better. I'll be grateful. Uh, so, and I know it's hard, especially for a lot of old fashioned, whatever nationality you are, that want to follow whatever great grandma said or what grandma said. And even though they could or could not still be here physically, you still have to live your life because they're going to be gone one day and you're going to be like, wow, I should have just bought a 7-Eleven liquor store and been really good to my customers. Or I should have bought a Domino's pizza store because I love making pizza instead of being an engineer. And I don't know where you live, but in California, I would think that pizza people make almost as much as engineers here in the Silicon Valley. So follow your heart's desire, even if it goes against the grain of everyone else. Because you know what? Okay, think of it like, I'm going to tell you like this. Now I'm 56, right? And I know that a lot of things that my mama taught me were what she grew up believing. That's not appropriate anymore. Because if I need $5 to, have gas to go to work tomorrow, then I need to get my butt to work and go to work so I can make more money, so I can pay my bills. So it doesn't make any sense not to borrow $5. And do you think, well, I don't want to get rejected? Well, rejection, you already know, comes in the form of no. Okay, so you know I can say no. What's next? And you keep on keeping on, right? So you know it's possible for me to say no, and then you'll just go ask somebody to ask somebody and ask somebody and ask somebody. But you not borrowing $5 because your mama taught you not to borrow $5 nowadays is crazy. Borrow the damn $5 to get to where you need to be, or to put food in your stomach so you can get to where you need to be, And we let so many people, we let the pastors and the ministers and the neighbors and all these other people that don't pay our bills and don't live in our skin tell us what we should be doing. Spiritually, there's a lot of people in the closet that are wanting to be pagans, but their parents are, let me see, pagan is everything but Christian, right? I think that's right. I took theology for 10 years. You'd think I'd have that memorized by now. And yet they say, oh no, because, my mom is Catholic and or Christian, and I told her that I'm going to, live and breathe and die in that church that I grew up in. Well, that's your choice. Then don't be unhappy about it and walking around with your lip poking out because you don't want to do anything besides what mama said do, or your dad says to do, or, even your wife and husband. Because let's face it, if you're full grown, wives, you have to submit unto your husbands. I'm joking. Don't write to me about that because I think that's funny as hell. Because we submit to each other, not just one over or under the other, as it were. So, the husband doesn't want you to, I don't know, wear that miniskirt for anybody but him. So wear that miniskirt for him and wear something that's not as miniskirt to work and church and whatever. There's always a compromise. There's always a compromise. People say, well, I'm always at an impasse. No, you're not. You're just too lazy to think about it. There's always a compromise. So in my case, I just had to tell my mom, I said, Mom, I do not believe that it's in my best interest to not ask Dana for $5 so I can get me a salad at the store because I was hungry. That just wasn't in my best interest. I need fuel to keep thinking clearly and to do my readings. And I need to eat a lot, like an hour before I do my readings. Excuse me. And it doesn't make any sense to me that I wouldn't just borrow the $5 to get something nutritious to eat so I could do my readings to the best of my ability, spiritually and physically. Oh, okay. And, now that she's older, she's 87. Now, she understands, but back then, no, you should have prepared. No, just wait till payday and get whatever it is you want. I'm sorry, but there's these beautiful hummingbirds hovering outside the window in case you keep wondering what I'm looking up for. They're just so beautiful. It's almost like a sign. Anyway, and even still today, people still want to, put somebody else in a box. When I go to the doctor, and I'm not telling you not to do what your doctor says do, I'm telling you what I do for myself. There is no way in hell I should ever weigh 130 pounds. There's just no way. Okay? So, not only speaking spiritually, but physically, there's no Harris on my father's side, because that's where the Harris is, right? That is 130 pounds. Not one, for several generations. Okay? Several. So I'm not going to elude myself to think that I should weigh as much as I do, but there's no way in hell I'm going to ever get 130 pounds. I don't think that that would be fitting for my body. I don't think it would be fitting for my spirit to do exactly what the doctor says. The doctor says, I should be eating only a child's portion of food, and a lot of times I do, except when it comes to salad, because I love salad. And I love everything in my salad. So we have to really sit down and think, this is really in my best interest? And again, this is not for people who live at home with their parents, that parents pay all their bills and possibly could, I'm not going to shit on you, possibly could have the right to tell you what to do and what not to do. Because let's face it, when I'm in your house, I have rules to follow, right? So I'm not going to be stupid about it. We all have rules to follow, whether we like it or not. So you have to weigh your own spirit with your own physical self. Oh, the other example was I have a friend, and she just, it really breaks my heart. She listens to all her girlfriends tell her how bad the boyfriend is. And I had to tell her, I think they're just jealous. I don't get a bad vibe about him at all. He's home when he says he's going to be home. He hands you the paycheck to pay the bills. The proof is in the pudding, as they say. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, must be a duck, huh? Maybe they're just jealous. So don't let them put, those seeds in your head when the proof is right in front of you telling you I love you every day when he comes home from work, or she, whatever. So I'm asking you to, at some point later today, we're all going to pray for those people in Florida. I think Houston has started to drain already, I think. I don't keep up with all the latest news. And then we're going to ask ourselves, what is in my best interest? What are my goals? Do you have a goal list? Do you have a prayer board or treasure map or vision map, whatever you want to call it, vision board? What's on there? Take something off, put something new up, okay? Ask yourself, what is my 3-month goal, 6-month goal, year goal, 2-year goals, 5-year goals? What is that? What do I really want to do? What is really going to make me happy? And a lot of people are like, well, Tasha, just go out and, get any kind of job and make money. No, I'll get a job that I like. And of course, back then I didn't have any teeth, so I couldn't go back to being a receptionist, which I love. And then I finally got teeth, and nobody wanted to hire a fat black chick that was old and, not fitting into the stereotype of their company, which is, them wanting to hire skinny white girls, that are still in high school, that look good in the lobby, and men can flirt with and whatever. And now I'm here doing what I love, caretaking for, a beautiful lady, making my jewelry, doing my readings, talking to you guys, And I am so happy. So happy. There's not a morning that I get up and go, it's Tuesday. It's Wednesday. I just want to lay in bed all day and do nothing. No, well, yeah, sometimes I do, but not on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Um, I say, and you got to keep checking yourself. Am I at my happiest moment? If not, you're the only one that can make changes. Get rid of those people that, shit in your cornflakes. And it's not easy. It's not easy. But saying no sometimes is never easy, and yet we need to say it, right? So just think about your happiness. You know, if you're in love with somebody that doesn't love you as much or more, why are you still with that person? Because love is respect, and respect is tolerance and humility and loyalty and honor, all wrapped up together, you know. If you're not at the job you want, if you're not with uh, in a relationship with your parents how you want, some things just have to be let go of because it's probably not the easiest thing in the world to try to go back in time and say, Mom, you remember when I was 5 and we didn't have Christmas that year and it made me feel da da da. If you don't have the type of parents that are going to at least listen and go, okay, child, whatever, So just think about you. What do you want? What's going to make you happy right now? And right now, it's getting warm, and what would make me really happy is going to the refrigerator and get a popsicle. That's what I'm going to do. Get my popsicle and finish watching whatever this new show is. When Ghosts Attack. See, that's another topic right there. I'll come back another time for that, though. I'll keep this one on point. Because that really happens too, right? Yeah, okay. They do. Poltergeist, whatever you want to call it. So right now, it is such a beautiful day, as you could tell, because I keep looking outside. It is just so glorious. I don't want to waste one moment of it. So right now, after I get my popsicle, I'm going to go outside, and I'm going to sit next to that tree, and I'm going to have a nice long chat with that beautiful tree. And that cute little black squirrel. Animals are so funny. And the squirrel taunts the cats, and then it runs up the tree, and then the cats run up the tree, and it's such a beautiful game they play, because they never catch the squirrel, So it's just like life, You could choose not to let idiots catch you. Seriously. And that's what they are, idiots. Because if they think that you should live your life how they want you to, that's an idiot. Yeah. You live your life how you think it's best for you and your spiritual purpose for being. See, and then that's another thing you had to add, you might want to add to the equation. What is my purpose? What am I doing here? Is my purpose just to go to work, pay bills, come home? And never enjoy my home. I don't enjoy just sitting all day Friday watching Twilight Zone marathon and knitting. Why? That's another reason why I for the past, when I did work, the past, 5 years, 6 years, I only worked part-time. I wanted to enjoy my home. It was only a, studio apartment, but it was mine. I was paying rent on that thing, and I enjoyed making jewelry when I got home. So I'd work from like 7 to 12, come home, put my robe back on, sit at my bench and turn up my jazz and eat my popsicles. I love popsicles. And make my jewelry. And that just made me feel great. And I want you to feel great all the time. Not just when mom and dad give you permission, or the pastor, or the neighbors, or the dog, or the dentist, or auntie, There's always a way. Even if you don't say anything, or even if you say, you know what, Tasha, I just want to tell you this, don't say nothing, okay? Just go, okay? So, me and Bobby, we fell in love and da-da-da-da, but now I think da-da-da-da, and then so, this is what I'm going to do. Hey, at least you made a choice. There you go. Have fun with your choice, you know. And I know for a lot of us women and some men, it's challenging not to say anything because we always want to give our opinion, you know. And Mama always said, if they don't ask you for an opinion, don't give an opinion because then you take on part of their spiritual responsibility. And I got to tell you, I'm older now and I'm really seeing she's right. You know, I'm really seeing she's right. If you don't ask somebody for their, if nobody asks you for your opinion, shut up. Just oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, I can't wait to see how that turns out, Susan. You know, and you just keep on keeping on. Mind your own business. Mind your own business, okay? And in minding your own business, take time, go sit on the toilet, close the door, and in your cell phone, since we're on it so much, you know, make a new list of goals. You know, where do you want to be this time next year? I can tell you where I'm going to be. I'm going to be in my new home, my new furniture, and my new everything. Because, you know, when I moved here, I only had like 32 boxes of stuff, and that was mostly books and crystals. Yeah. Very few clothes, and 2 tables, and Jake's tank for my snake. And that's it. So yeah, when I move, I thoroughly look forward to buying new furniture, new, and smudging all that stuff down as soon as I get it in the house. Well, even before I move in the house, I'm going to do a house blessing and have a nice little ceremony doing a house blessing. Okay? So consider the things that make you happy and consider doing it no matter what anybody else says. Okay? Now, obviously, this is not for people that like to hurt people or talk bad about people or. This video is not for you, boo-boo. Okay? This is for people who want to be good to themselves and act on it daily. So you act on it daily, right, starting right now. What is it you want to do right now? Get, you know, the kids, go get a babysitter. Go to the movies by yourself. Excuse me. I'm doing a video here. Could you pipe down? Yes, you. Yeah, stop that. She's so cute. Oh, you can't see her. You know, what would it hurt? But we're so busy thinking, oh, I should be doing this and I should be doing that. You know what? And you people that say, oh, I'm so busy. That just means you don't calculate your time correctly and you let others talk your time away. That's what that means to me. Because, you know, Granny said there's 12 hours in a day. There's 24 hours in a day. 12 for you to mind your own business and the other 12 for you to stay out of mine. Make other people stay out of your business. By saying, oh, I gotta go. You know, Tasha's expecting me. I gotta go, and walk off. See, a lot of men will walk off. A lot of women will let the person still chat their ear away for another 30 minutes. Walk off. Respect yourself. You teach others how to treat you. Okay? Yeah, remember that. Remember next time you're in, well, why do they do that? Because you taught them it was okay to treat you like that. That's why. Okay? So, I'm going to go get my popsicle. You go do something good for yourself. And I'm going to finish watching this, what do you call it? When it shows after show. This is going to be on all day on this channel. That's what I'm trying to say. And learn something from it. Because I'm sure there's always something to learn from every paranormal, you know, TV show. Because every little bit of it, somehow, way, shape, or form, is real and true, even if it is on television. Yes, yes, seriously. Some inch in that whole, 34, 48 minutes of a show, something in there is always true. Okay? So you go do whatever makes you happy for right now, and then put that in your schedule. You know, tell the husband, tell the wife, tell the kids, you know, on this day, at this time, I'm going to be doing this. And if you need a scapegoat, just use me. Yeah, Tasha is teaching her Angels, Teachers, and Guides course, and I'm going to be in it. And it's every, whenever you want to be out, every Thursday, from 7 to 8. And then go to the show or go shopping or go do whatever makes you happy that's within your budget, within your spirit, and within your physical. We can't forget those. Everything has to stay in balance. Okay? So, on that note, go be good to yourself. I'm going to go be good to myself. And Miss Thang over here can go back to sleep after I give her her medicine. I love you guys. Go be good to yourselves, please. All of you in Florida, God bless you. All of you in Houston, God bless you. I know that is just not easy. But you know what? Goddess didn't bring you this far to let you fail. There's no such thing as failure. None. Okay? That just is not in my belief system. If it's in yours, though, well, I'll accept you exactly how you are. I love you. Go be good to yourself. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.